Hope you're all still awake. Late Night Mega here. And last time we beat Hop in a trainer battle again. And we got our Dynamax band. Whoa, hey there. And now we're heading towards the train station. What is this thing? Yamper. Okay, so its name is Yamper. I like that. That's a fun name to say, too. Wait a minute. Isn't this thing like an electric type? This could be a bad idea. It's level 8. Tail Whip. Don't you turn your tail at me. This is not the damage output I desire. This really could get dangerous. I should switch Choodle out of here before he gets hurt. Yeah, Nuzzle. See, there's the electric attack. Nuzzle will do a low amount of damage, but it will have a 100% chance of inflicting the paralysis status. And when you're paralyzed, your speed is reduced. It used to be reduced by 6 stages, but now I think it's only like, I don't know, 1 or 2 stages or 30% or something like that. It's a lot less of a speed decrease than it used to be. But you also have a chance of being fully paralyzed where you don't even act in that turn, which is happening to me way too many times. This is ridiculous. What is this, like 5 times we've been fully paralyzed now? Don't tell me this thing is going to kill me. I can't switch my flying type into this. Come on, just Ember it. Thank you. Wow, that was way more difficult than it ever should have been. We didn't even level up off of that. Okay, so no more battles until we get healed up. And yeah, I see some more new icons have appeared. Now, I think that's because we got the Dynamax band. We can now do versus online battles. I'm going to save all that stuff for after we finish the Nuzlocke. We'll go in here. We'll move some of our attacks around. Put Hone Claws up a bit higher. Ignore the Pokemon as best as we can. Okay, before we get on any trains, we need to... Oh no. And with the power of cutscenes, Hop has beat us in the race to the train station. Who didn't see that coming? Yeah, we're gonna heal up first. And this is not the right place. We have to go further down here. There we go. How many did I catch? Wait, what do you mean I didn't get one? I caught 2 Pokemon. And he gives us the TM for Swift. It's an okay early game move. We're probably not going to use it. Oh, that reminds me. Last time I was starting to talk about TMs because we picked one up and then I got distracted by other things happening. So TMs starting in Gen 5 allow you to use them infinitely. Before that, if you used a TM on a Pokemon, that TM would disappear, and if you wanted to teach another Pokemon that move, you needed to get another TM. Which was kind of a problem because a lot of TMs you could only get one of in any given playthrough of a game, so you'd have to like start a whole new game in order to get the TM. It was really annoying. So I do like the change that Gen 5 brought to the TMs and just letting them be infinite use. But of course that just kind of means that anytime we get a TM, we can just use it on everything that we want with no real consequences for repeatedly spamming TMs. Which kind of makes Nuzlocking a little bit easier depending on what TMs you can manage to get a hold of. I don't know, but outside of Nuzlocking, I do like this system. I do like the change overall. And now we're riding a train. We're talking about the wild area, so I should talk about the wild area a little bit. So yeah, there's... I did watch another playthrough, so the wild area has Pokemon that range from like level 12 to level 50. And if we run into level 50 Pokemon, it's not even going to let us throw Pokeballs at them for some weird reason. It'll say, like, it's a strong-looking Pokemon. And so we can't even try to catch a level 50 Pokemon right now, even if we wanted to. And so that makes this wild area a very dangerous... A flock of Wooloo is on the tracks. This is like, what, the third time that a wall of Wooloo have stopped us from progressing somewhere. But Hop is excited. He is going to say, let's take this opportunity and go check out the wild area and just run the rest of the way to the next city. You saw the Wooloo rolling by there. So ridiculous. These two... Talking about Pikachu and Eevee and a Let's Go experience. So that's referring to the Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. So I'm guessing if we had a save file from one of those games on our Nintendo Switch, we'd get some sort of bonus from them for having that. 5 Pokédolls. That's kind of a ridiculous amount of Pokédolls. What do you think I'm going to do with all those? Actually, I could probably use those to run away from strong Pokemon in the wild area if it came to it. So I do like the concept of the wild area. It's this massive, massive, huge open area where you can find probably like at least half the Pokemon in the game in there. Yeah, look at this place. And there's so many different regions. And you also see those pillars of light. And there's one there that's like really brimming with energy. I don't know how else to describe that. Looks like it's got something special going on. Can I go this way? Is there anything down here? No, there's not. That's lame. This person. No, I already did that. And set up camp and cook. Okay. I don't know much about how to camp in this game yet. I haven't tried that one out. But apparently you can camp in this wild area. That's Modestoke. That's our destination. It actually doesn't look that far off. And we have another thing that happens in the wild area. Your gran gave you a proper earful. That's got to be a UK phrase. But what are you doing with your life? If you didn't, why are you even telling us this? Whatever. Oh, so someone finally wants to listen to us about the Pokemon we ran into in the forest. So anyways, a couple of issues I have with the wild area I'm sure it's going to be a great area once I have higher level Pokemon and get to the end game and all that. But design-wise, I don't like how they're letting you go into this area right now, where you can run into level 50 Pokemon, and you don't really know which Pokemon are going to be level 50. And some of them are going to be like level 35. Yeah, there's like a huge range of levels here. And there isn't really a way for you to know that. I mean, I'll give you a hint. Evolved Pokemon are probably going to have the higher levels. So I do know that much. So with that, I will... Oh, we got the box link. Well, that lets us access our box from the PC anywhere we want. That's convenient. So there's lots of nice little convenient features in this. I like it. So how I've decided to handle, and we have another thing in those pillars of light that come out of those, they call them Pokemon dens. Basically, they will trigger Dynamax or Gigantamax raid battles, where you can either team up with the computer or do like an invite through the online system and basically team up, have a 4-on-1 battle against a Gigantamax Pokemon. And if you beat him, you get to throw a Pokeball at him, try to capture him. Yeah, there's an Onix over there. Not even going to mess with that because it's probably not level 12. Whoa, there's Electrike, which probably is. I'm going to give myself one capture out of this area. Either a wild Pokemon or one of those Pokemon from the den. Manectric, that's probably at least level 35. Don't want to mess with that. The issue with getting into battle, you might think, oh, well, why not just get into battle and then run? Well, you can't just run from super high level Pokemon. There's like a really good chance that you will fail to run. And there's a really good chance that these high-level Pokemon are going to one-shot my Pokemon. And this is a Nuzlocke, so I don't want anything to do with them. Oh, and this guy has things related to cooking. Do I need any of this? I don't feel like I need any of this. I have no idea what this cooking thing is going to be all about. I've got Wingulls there. I definitely don't want a Wingull. It's a water flying type. I already have a water type and a flying type. So I'm good there. What I might do... Oh, I found a random note. Press the right side. I already learned how to do... I already figured out how to do that. And change the camera angle. After the fact tutorials. Gotta love those. Those dens, though, they don't have a pillar of light coming from them, so I don't think we can get anything. Here's a crazy strong and flush with cash. Why won't anyone battle me? No. I don't trust you. If you're telling me you're crazy strong, I am not going to throw myself into a trainer battle with you. Again, I do not trust this region. There's a Haunter over there. I know that thing's like 35. Stay away from that. I'm just going to kind of make a beeline here. I mean, there's where we need to go. I want to check out some of these pillars of light here. Yeah, East Lake, Axwell. There's all sorts of... I'm not going to mess with that one. I don't know if it'll force us to get into... I don't think it'll force us to get into it. There's a Xatu. There's just a ton of Pokemon options. There's Galvantula down there. I'd love to have that thing. But from a design standpoint, I don't like that they're throwing you into an area like this early in the game when you can't really do anything with most of the Pokemon because they're at such a ridiculously high level for where we're at right now. But there are some things you can do here. So yeah, as a Nuzlocke player, this area is actually very scary. All right, let's check out this big purple scary beam of light. Because this one's going to be more ominous. This is going to be something. Oh, there's a person over here to talk to. Crazy strong and flush. Again, no. We're not doing that. Okay. Pokemon dens. Also, whenever you investigate one of these dens, whether or not you battle, you get some watts, which I guess you can use them as kind of another alternative currency around here. Defeating a Dynamax Pokemon. Yeah. The star level kind of gives you an idea of how tough it's going to be. The outline is going to give you, well, that's the outline of the Pokemon. It also gives you the type of the Pokemon. That looks like it's a Pidove. I don't want a Pidove. I want something else. Let's see what else we can find here. I'll try a couple more of these out. That's an Oddish. I hope I don't get into a Pokemon battle. Okay, what's this thing gonna be? I mean, 300 watts. What Pokemon is that? I'm like looking at the shape, and then I'm like, oh, it's a dark ice type. It's Sneasel. Yes, I want this thing. So we're gonna go for it. Now the rules for this Dynamax raid battle is you have 10 turns to kill this thing, or you have until the Dynamax thing gets 4 KOs on your stuff, or a total of 4 KOs, because you notice we have a few partners here. They're all AI partners. And they tend to bring an interesting array of Pokemon. There's like a Snorlax, a Jolteon. Yeah, so we're going to go for our own Dynamax. We're going to maximize our potential here. And that will give us an increase to our HP, a slight increase. If you have a full Dynamax level on your Pokemon, you'll get like double your HP or something. Ouch, that hurt. That hurt a lot. Double kick. So yeah, you can see Sneasel's health up there. This thing's not a joke. Nuzlocke rules are still applying. So there's a Max Flare. So yeah, when we Dynamax, all our moves will turn into Max moves. So we've got Max Flare, which is the Fire-type Max move. And what it does is it not only does fire damage, but it sets the sun. So this is one of the weather-changing Dynamax moves I was talking about. All the Dynamax moves have a neat secondary effect. Some of them will raise your stats, your team's stats is what it does, or lower your opponent's stats. I need to heal up because if that Sneasel hits Score Bunny again, we're done. So we're going to use our Fresh Water. There's a quick attack. There's a double kick. That Jolteon putting in work. If one of the allies, the AI allies Pokemon faints, what it does is they will send out another Pokemon. Did they send out the exact... I don't know if they send out the exact same one again, or if they send out a different one. Max Strike. Here's a problem. Oh, that's on the Solrock. Good thing it boosted its defense there. There's a double kick. We've almost got this thing. Now, when you Dynamax your Pokemon, it's only going to be in max mode for 3 turns. And we've actually used the last of our 3 turns, but that's okay, because the Sneasel is now weak. Now we can catch it and chuck a Pokeball at it. And of course, we have to jumbo-size our Pokeball. Oh, I hope we get this thing. Alright, we got it. That means we're so adding the Sneasel to our team. Dark Ice type. There's an awesome type. We got all that stuff. A rare bone, a berry, Dynamax candy. Oh, so that's how you get Dynamax candy. And a Throat Chop. Throat Chop is a TM. Or it's actually TR for this one. And what TRs do is they're like the TMs of old. They're one-time use. But you can farm more of them here. So I think I'm going to hang on to the Throat Chop. I mean, hang on to any TRs we get for competitive use, because I'm sure I'm going to need them for that. Oh, this thing's level 16. Awesome. Quick Attack, Scratch, Taunt, and Leer. Okay. Well, we can give it Payback to give it a Dark type stab. Yeah, you can see the Versus has opened up. There's another thing that opened up on our menu there. There's the Dynamax candy. That will raise your Dynamax level. Which there's no downside to having all of your Dynamax levels maxed. And then you have the experience candies, which give, well, it does what it says it does. It gives you an amount of experience points. Kind of like different variations of the rare candies. I guess depending on what level you give them and what type of experience candy you give them, you could get multiple levels out of the thing. Or you could get one level, or not even get a level. I don't know. We're actually going to get rid of Scratch. There's no reason for me to ever use Scratch when I have the superior Quick Attack. Rare Bone, that's really just going to be used for selling, I think. Okay, we got our Pokemon from this area, so let's get out of here before something bad happens. I could do another one of these raid battles. No. Oh, hi, what are you two? Oh, we can spend our watts here. Heal Ball, sorry. Wishing Piece. And then, ooh, you have some TRs. You got Low Kick, Iron Tail, Calm Mind, Iron Head, and Hydro Pump. Lots of good stuff there. The Camping King. Tent Color, Curry Dex, really? I'm not gonna bother with any of that stuff right now. It is not on my priority list. Okay, but now we are at the Modestoke town. Interesting looking map layout we have there. It's very colorful, very cartoony. Alright, so we have a new city to explore now. And poster Charizard there. And we have, oh, I pressed the Y-com button because I have that little picture message thingy, and I guess you're going to have that whenever something happens. We got one for catching that Sneasel. I guess those can just accumulate on the left side until they feel like going away. I wish I could just make them go away, like a notification. If you can, I don't know how to do that yet. And there's Sonia. What am I going to get a kick out of? do I get to actually kick stuff? Rotami. Rotom Information Service. Again, like, Rotom has taken over all the important electronics for Pokemon trainers. I'm surprised the Poke Center healing machine isn't a Rotom healing machine. But now we have the ability to make Pokemon League cards. We can customize our card with backgrounds and graphics and such. I'm sure you'll probably unlock more options for that as we go along. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm also not the most creative person when it comes to this stuff, but I want to get a cool looking trainer card. I have to put some effort into it. Alright, let's check the Pokemart. See what we can get here. Nothing that's interesting for me. What about you? Ooh, netball. I do like those. They have a really good chance of catching bug and water type Pokemon. So I'm going to pick up a few of these. My favorite type of Pokeball is actually the Quick Ball. That's one that you can just use on the very first turn of the battle, and it gives you a really high chance of catching the Pokemon on the first turn. Okay, these people aren't giving me anything else. So what I'll do, I'll heal up, because Sneasel definitely needs it. And I'll see you guys next time when we continue exploring this town.